welcome to the Daily Reps. Today we've got Jonathan, Joel, and myself, and we're going to be talking about some of the different programs that we offer here in the gym. Obviously, we're a CrossFit affiliate, but we also offer Hyrox now and our hybrid program as well. And we're just going to kind of chat about why we feel like it's important to have various different programs. Of course, we also do personal training with people. We're just going to chat about that. So, Jonathan.
What's up?
What? Okay, well, let's talk about CrossFit first. Why are you laughing over there? What's happening? I'm trying to be serious.
You're trying so hard. I can tell how hard you're trying.
I'm trying to be serious.
Jonathan, what were we going to ask him?
I was just wanting us to kind of talk about CrossFit and maybe kind of how we all came about CrossFit. We have loved CrossFit for a while now, but as we've kind of grown in the gym and grown in our experience with fitness and different programs, we realized that it may not be like for everybody necessarily. It can be, but it may not be everybody's pick of the litter, if you would. Let's chat about CrossFit and kind of what that is to us, why we enjoy it, and then we'll kind of chat about some of the other programs as well. So who wants to go first? Talking about CrossFit.
Joel. Okay. I actually don't. I mean, I don't enjoy CrossFit, but I hate working out. I started CrossFit at just like a regular YMCA, and they had an extra room with like bumper plates and stuff.
Yeah.
And me and my friend had heard about CrossFit. This was like 2012, and so we just followed like CrossFit main site, and we did all the things to try to learn but we didn't have like a rig. We had like a squat rack that we then raised on like the little step up things that people would use like for like step classes.
Was it stable?
No. So then we had to bring in the 125-pound dumbbells, which guys would get upset with us. We'd steal them from the dumbbell area and put them in there. It was a whole thing. There's a long story there, but we would do that. And so the rig would like move back and forth. So that's how I got really good at doing butterfly stuff, because I was good at like
it was
adjusting.
Just naturally.
Yes. But like I learned how to do that. I learned how to do kipping handstand push-ups. I learned how to do double unders. It took me forever and it hurt. I was cutting myself, but when I first went into a CrossFit gym, I could do most of the movements.
Yeah.
And I think that's honestly actually why I liked CrossFit so much, was it felt like I was able to kind of do a lot of the stuff.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do this. And so I wasn't spending so much time learning things.
Yeah.
And then I think it helped me enjoy what I think really everyone loves about CrossFit is the getting to do it with a community, right? Like what happens sometimes is you get into CrossFit and it is a high barrier of entry when it comes to a lot of the movements, right? Like cycling pull-ups is a lot more difficult if you don't know how to do butterfly, right? If you're asking 20 pull-ups in a round, you have 5 rounds. That's 100 pull-ups. Someone's like, you're telling me to do 100 strict pull-ups? That's different, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so that's hard when you don't have that. And then I think some people, it will lead them to feeling like they can't enjoy it as much as other people might, which is not the case, and it's not true. But I think it did help me, though, being able to do a good bit of the movements and then be able to build upon that.
Yeah.
And that's how I fell in love with CrossFit, was just then like finding a box. And back in the day when we used to call them boxes, and we don't call them that anymore. I remember I wasn't into CrossFit, and then I heard it was called a box, and then I go to a box and I say a box and they said we don't say boxes anymore, and I was like, how dare you.
What was the first box that you ever went to?
It was a place in Virginia called it was Phoebus.
Phoebus?
Yes, Phoebus, Virginia. It was like right on the beach.
CrossFit Phoebus?
I think so. Yeah. Cool. Or Buckrow. CrossFit Buckrow. That's what it was.
CrossFit Buckrow.
In Phoebus.
What?
Whatever.
And you make fun of me?
What, Buckrow?
No, Phoebus and Buckrow.
All right, listen here.
It sounds like...
yes, there are some Southern people in Virginia,
It sounds like, what is it? Somebody in Butthead. What is it? What's that cartoon?
Beavis and Butthead.
Beavis and Butthead.
Phoebus
and Buckrow.
You did not just...
That's what it reminded me of.
Jonathan, what about you, please? Please. Stop her now and just go, please.
What about...
like what... You asked how we found CrossFit? Well, we kind of already... But like, what about why you why do you believe in CrossFit
Why do you like
so much?
CrossFit?
Yeah.
What do you enjoy about it?
Being involved in sports and athletics, and in college studying exercise science. I was already a personal trainer before I had found CrossFit. So 2010, working at sports club, I remember I had a buddy who was like, dude, you need to try CrossFit out. I was like, kipping pull-ups? That's terrible.
Yeah, it's terrible for your shoulders.
Yeah, I would never do that. And then realized, like, watching, from a distance for a little while, watching and figuring out what it was. And so I was like, you know what, I'm going to go to a gym and try it one time. And I went there, and some dude that looked way less fit than me was beating me in a workout. And I was like, oh, no, this ain't going to be.
Heck no.
Yeah. So I'm competitive, don't like to lose, and obviously call it pride, whatever you want back in the day. Now, that was like, it attracted me that I was like, holy cow, this is like what I remember training for soccer. So the challenge of it, the newness of it at the time, and the fun I had, pushing myself. I enjoyed doing that stuff. And I remember I still worked at sports club, now ACAC, when I was just started CrossFit, and I would do some CrossFit workouts like when I was on, like, taking a break from work there. And people, I'd like be rolling around the floor, and I remember like these older people come up to me, like, "What is wrong with you?" Because at the time, that was still pretty unheard of to be like, I was running laps around the track, and coming over and doing like heavy deadlifts, and then running, like sprinting as fast as I could. Yeah. And people are like, "Are you okay? Do you need us to call somebody to help you?" I'm like, "No, I'm fine. Just rolling around, dying." Yeah. But that's kind of how I found it. Just
such a normal thing to us now.
It's very true.
Yeah.
After a class, I mean, what was it the other day? It was the farmer's carry one with the burpee broad jumps, and I was like, this is the most dejected I've ever seen a class in a long time.
And it was hybrid in style.
It was like Hyrox style.
Yeah. Style.
And everyone was just like dying.
Yeah.
But that's normal for us. Sorry, I didn't touch you.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't. I forgot how close he was. Ashley, your turn.
Yeah. So what do I love and enjoy about CrossFit? Obviously, it's a lot funner working out with people than by yourself.
Yeah.
And that's something that, like, CrossFit is known for, working out alongside people. So that's fun. I like you, I like the competitiveness of it, although I'm not as competitive as I was, maybe like post having babies, but like just enjoying having like a goal to work towards, I think is kind of like what I enjoy now. But probably like the coolest thing. Daily Reps is brought to you by Drift. Drift combines nature's most powerful relaxation botanicals and alcohol-free beverages that help you unwind, recover, and sleep deeply. We're building a new kind of drinking culture, one rooted in clarity, calm, and connection. Drift helps you unwind without the alcohol and without slowing down your goals. Visit enjoydrift.com or our very own gym fridge for that first cool, relaxing sip to drift into relaxation. CrossFit has a little bit of everything. So you can come in here and throw around a barbell. It also has things that I'm not as good at, like gymnastics or running. But it gives me an opportunity to work on those things. Yeah. And I also feel like something that CrossFit is really good about is, like, even if you finally achieve a goal that maybe you've been working towards for a year. Yeah. Like maybe you finally get your first muscle up, or maybe you finally get that 10-pound PR on a snatch or a back squat. Well, guess what? You can always put 10 more pounds on a barbell, and you can always, do something stricter, faster, better gymnastic-wise. So there's just always something that you can work towards. So nobody's ever like officially arrived, which I think is pretty cool.
So, I mean, we've talked about CrossFit, and it's got a lot of great things, but then you added, specifically here at Five Forks, you added what used to be EvoFit and now is hybrid. Why did you bring that in when you already had CrossFit?
There's a few reasons. I obviously believe in the methodology of CrossFit. I have seen, especially over 12 years of being open, how it works for sure. Yep. But also seeing that the mentality of people wanting to learn new skills and do things that push them out of their comfort zone wasn't always there, even though maybe in my mind it was hard for me to understand that. So what's our biggest thing that we're fighting against is people that are overweight, need to make healthier lifestyle changes. And if it gets them in the door doing something similar to CrossFit, honestly, but doesn't have that maybe intimidation factor of, hey, we're not going to climb a rope today. And I can use an example of, in the first few years, we would be like, okay, we're going to do rope climbs in our workout, so I'm going to spend 7 minutes today working on rope climbs.
Yeah.
And then I have 3 people that really care about climbing the rope, and then I have 12 people that are like just talking over in the corner, and they're like looking at their watch, like, come on, I'm ready to continue my workout.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, these people are getting frustrated. Even though I have 3 people that really care about learning how to do this rope climb, I have 12 that maybe aren't caring about it because in their mind, maybe they have a belief that they're never going to get that rope climb, or that they're scared of heights, and again, I'm just throwing out hypotheticals, but there are things that they're like, I'm never going to do that rope climb. So you know what? Let's just move on to the workout. Let's get it done so I can go home and get out of here. And I started experiencing that a lot. Muscle ups, all of those things that in CrossFit that are high skills. And then I realized that I'm like putting up a wall against a certain, and as coaches, I know you could argue, well, if you scale it right, you do it right. I agree. I think as coaches, we can always put in effort to scale, modify, during classes, but it's still, there's a certain population that has made them feel uncomfortable and not desired during certain workouts. That was my first thought of, hey, we can expand this. And honestly, our hybrid program is still CrossFit. We maybe don't do as much skill work that we would do in CrossFit.
Or barbell work, Right.
But we're still doing CrossFit. I mean, again, the methodology, the high intensity training, the weightlifting, the eating right, and and so I know that people can see results without doing exactly like climbing a rope or doing a muscle up, right? So that was my first thought of wanting to expand and grow our programs to, one, help the gym grow, but also to help and be available to the people that maybe weren't interested and got intimidated by the word CrossFit. I know you guys have dealt with this before. Is like, oh, yeah, we do CrossFit. Like, oh, you guys flip tires. Like, I don't know what's
that was old. That was the old stuff.
Yeah, I know.
I miss flipping tires.
I do too. I'm hitting them with sledgehammers.
That's a good stress relief. Man, you had a bad day, you come in here with a sledgehammer. And
I miss that.
Hence why CrossFit works for you guys.
It was so fun.
But there are people that they're like,
they don't feel like swinging a sledgehammer.
So, just adding that different program in, I was like, man, and using some other people that have done it already and that were smarter than me and, had a good program going. I learned from them, and that's hence why we started using EvoFit. Shout out to Steve over at CrossFit Vitality. He had a good program going, and use him as a mentor there to help show me, what works and what doesn't. Yeah. But I'll be honest, it also was a lot of hard work. I know Ashley was here for this, but there was a whole year where I was just the one coaching that program.
Yes.
And we had like 2 people in it for over a whole year.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, do I need to just give up on this? Like, and then time, word of mouth, letting you get like 4 people.
It's huge now.
Yeah. And we get like 4 people, and you're like, oh man, finally I got like 2 more people in this class. And in some classes, no one would show up. And I still had that dream, and kept evolving what it looked like and what it did, and to where it is now, our hybrid program. But that's why I decided to add the program.
How many people do we have in the
About
hybrid
100 members in hybrid.
It's insane.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
That's more than
It's
some
awesome.
boxes. Gyms have.
Yeah, you can still say boxes.
Am I allowed to?
Yes,
I feel like I
of
get
course.
judged. But I agree, and it's also been fun. Like, I've enjoyed getting to coach both sides, and coaching the EvoFit people, and coaching hybrid, coaching CrossFit. Like, it's the same. It's just a different flavor.
Yeah.
And the community is also just as rich, which I think was really cool too. It's like what it is a testament to what CrossFit is good at. It is creating community, regardless of what flavor you're using in that. And like hybrid community is just as strong and vibrant as the CrossFit community here.
Yeah. I agree completely. Super cool. Yeah, hybrid, I feel like it's a lot alike CrossFit in a lot of ways, because like you mentioned, you still have the community aspect of it. The training is very similar, and
sometimes
the fact
harder.
Yeah.
Those plate pushes?
Those things aren't no joke. Yeah.
I hate those things.
Yeah.
You might see those in the in-house competitions.
I know.
Oh, great mention there, because that's something that I personally am super excited about.
I thought it's so cool that we're doing that.
Yeah. So our upcoming in-house competition on October 25th, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to be doing a collective competition, is what we're calling it. And we're featuring a CrossFit workout, as well as a hybrid workout, as well as a Hyrox workout. And I feel like it just kind of embodies like who we are as a gym. We have all of those programs in our gym. Yeah. And I'm super excited to get to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not excited for the Hyrox workout because I hate running, but like I'm excited to. I just think it's super cool that our in-house competition now has morphed into this.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and we've had Heather. She's a coach here. We've had her on, and she started the Hyrox 6-week cycle, and super pumped about that. What is you guys' opinion on the Hyrox? What you think? I mean,
what was that voice?
Hyrox.
I think Hyrox is. I mean, honestly, to me, we had HUD on recently, and talking about like nutrition. Anything that gets you to just moving is already a step in the right direction. No pun intended. But like Hyrox to me is the same thing. It's like, look, if you want to talk about competition versus just casual, the thing for me is people are moving.
Yeah.
And in record numbers, right? Like CrossFit saw that, now Hyrox is seeing that. And so that means that there are people who are getting into fitness at whatever degree that may not have ever done that. And because it's kind of more casual too, like, and I think that's also come about because there's a bunch of run clubs. Run clubs are now like the way for Gen Zs to meet. Like it's like the dating place. It's so weird. I feel old when I'm like, you go for a run, like to meet someone.
Hook up at Hyrox. So cringy.
You said that. That was
so cringy.
But it's true. Like I think it's this younger generation's way of like, this is how they socialize. Is, like, let's go sign up for Hyrox Atlanta. And we're going to just go do it. And we're like, maybe we'll train, maybe we won't. And I just think it's a cool way that this new generations are getting into fitness.
Yep.
And I love it.
Yeah, I agree totally. I think all three of us are just realizing and wanting people just to move their bodies, whatever that looks like. Obviously, we encourage people here in our vicinity to come to the gym because we know how awesome it is, and we love helping people in that way. But even like outside of the gym, if you maybe CrossFit isn't for you, maybe Hyrox isn't for you, maybe hybrid's not necessarily for you, just go on a walk. If you like dancing, like go sign up for something like that. Like if you know what I'm saying, like just move your body. I feel like that's just needs to be like the takeaway, and the encouragement is, although we have seen these things through and through work time and time again, and we're big believers in each and every one of these programs, and would advise people to get involved in these because it's not just the specific program, it's not necessarily the specific movement that we're doing, but it's all of the things combined, along with community, along with accountability, and the funness of it. But I think the biggest thing and the biggest takeaway is it's just important to move. Like, get off your phone, get off the couch, get out of the house, get some sunshine, go on a walk. We talked about this a little bit the last time all three of us were on here. Like, you really enjoy going hunting. That can be like a really tough workout. You're carrying all this stuff, walking, hiking through. It's true. Tyler's told me about some of the trips that you guys have went on, and like, the steep inclines when you've got probably at least 50 pounds or more of equipment, and then if you get something, then you gotta
carry it back.
I mean, that's fitness, and I mean, just the different things that we've talked about doing, even outside, playing with your kids.
Yeah. Do you want to enjoy your life? I mean, that really is what it comes down to. Do you want to enjoy the life that the Lord's given you in the body that He's given you? If the answer is yes, then you need to be doing something.
Yeah.
If the answer is yes and you want something like CrossFit, I think all of us would say CrossFit methodology, hybrid, all that kind of stuff, like, is one of the best, if not the best, that you could do, just because of what it does to you for cardiovascular health and then your whole body, right? If your goal is to enjoy the life that the Lord's given you and the body He's given you with your family and your friends, you have to do it. There's no choice. Like, you can't just not do something.
Yeah. I know we mentioned this a little bit too, but obviously we do personal training. Jonathan, what do you enjoy most about doing personal training with people? You give your take, and then I'll give mine.
Yeah, definitely. Just the relationship that you create with people.
Yeah.
I think that obviously you can help somebody see a little bit better results if you're spending one-on-one time with them, because you know their ins and outs, their needs, their weaknesses, their strengths, and what they need most, and you can be more encouraging and more there for them than when you're doing personal training. But yeah, I would say that some of my good friends are my personal training clients too. And there's a mutual benefit there. They think they're just getting a workout, but it's also good for me to have somebody that, I'm providing value there for them, but they are also providing value for me too.
Yeah, that's so true.
Being a good friend and having a good relationship with them, and getting to watch them, progress in their fitness journey, like one-on-one with them. Like, hey, last week we benched 135 pounds. This week we did 145 pounds. Again, just throwing out a random example, but then they get excited about that, and we get to share that together. I think that's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And just taking a step back to what the Hyrox thing, just because I didn't answer that real quick. You know, I decided to become a Hyrox affiliate here when I first saw it becoming a fad, because I was like, even if we didn't do anything with it, I was like, man, with the, and this could be a whole different podcast topic, of some of these all could be, but with the history of where CrossFit is going right now, and it's unknown of the new owners and all of the above, it's kind of like, I want to be prepared, hence we have the name Five Forks Athletics.
Yeah.
I want to be prepared that, you know, we can morph or move into. That doesn't mean we're going to ever stop the methodology, because I truly believe in it, whether I use the name CrossFit or not as a business. I truly believe in the methodology, and that's why we're still affiliate. I don't feel it's right to. But if the business goes in a direction that I don't personally agree with, not just me, but as a collective, if we don't agree with it. But I did see that, just like in agreement with what you said, Hyrox was, one, it's a fad. Joel, you mentioned that a little bit. CrossFit has went through that stage. And two, it gets people moving. And wanted to give one more way for people just to get in the gym and be like, hey, like, that's another thing we offer. If it's something you're interested in, let's go.
I love it.
I'm just waiting for you to come out with like a Five Forks Ruckin.
Yeah, that's
already in the works, because who isn't Hui like Ruckin or something?
No, but Mayhem Hunt. We're going to Colorado to hunt elk, and it is like between 8,000 and 12,000 feet above elevation.
That's so cool.
And I told him I ain't carrying his, you know what, up the mountain, so he better get in shape.
That's so
you're doing personal training with Huey now?
Yeah, I'm helping him right in the
But those, you remember when like those masks were like
elevation.
a big thing?
Yeah.
The elevation
Gosh.
masks, like I feel like that was like a thing for a little while.
Oh,
People would work
I saw
out
people
with
in the
those.
gym all the time.
So if you see,
shout out to Herman, he still wears them. He's probably wearing one right now.
Miss you, Herman, and Blair. So cool.
Man, I just no, I just think it's super cool. What we're talking about. I mean, like, you've done a lot of personal training too, and you probably the same thing. Like, you've developed friendships with your clients too, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just awesome getting to see people, like you said, improve on different things, like on that even more of a personal level. Because obviously, if you're coaching classes, you kind of get in a groove of coaching the same classes every day. You form those relationships with people, and you get to see them improve upon things and help. It's just that, like that on a more extreme level.
Yeah.
And sometimes people have like injuries or something that they're trying to like work through, and it can be like really, really, really impactful and powerful for you to come along somebody when they're maybe in a very like vulnerable state, you know, physically and mentally.
Yeah.
Because they're going, you know, through something, or they've got an injury or something, and it's a really powerful and awesome thing to get to come alongside them and like work through that and help them get stronger. And you know, we've kind of talked about this before, how like faith, family, and fitness all kind of like intertwine and affect one from the other. But I believe when you come along somebody and you help them through something like that physically, it has so many other helpful and impactful things, you know, that happen. So yeah, I mean, I think personal training is also like a really awesome option to have as well.
I've seen the same thing doing barbell clubs, because I've done Olympic lifting training like one-on-one or in classes. I mean, that's how I've gotten. I mean, Jeevan, who's a member here, we became best friends because he did like 4 of my barbell classes in my last gym.
That's
and so like
cool.
every cycle I got to get to know him more and more. And I mean, and now I've gotten to know a lot of people here, and people that were doing hybrid only, like that started doing barbell clubs too.
Yep.
And I love Olympic lifting, because to me it is such a beautiful way for people to discover like how strong their bodies are, and how more coordinated they really are.
Yeah.
That you might not get all the time, or then also how it translates into like when they go back to class, right? So for me, a victory is one of our members couldn't even do an overhead squat, and then she told me, you know, hey, we did overhead squats in a workout, and I was actually able to do like weighted overhead squats with the barbell, and I could do it in the workout, and I felt comfortable. And that was really the thing. Like, you never want people to get into a workout and just be like, oh, I don't know, and like it takes them out of it. And so for me, that's what I love with Olympic lifting, is helping people feel comfortable in those CrossFit classes
for sure
when they do it. So,
and you actually have anher barbell cycle coming up.
October 4th, 8 weeks clean and jerks.
Yes. Oh, I love a good clean and jerk. There's something so empowering about taking that. Wait, what?
I love snatches way more.
No, yeah.
No, sorry. You had something so empowering about smacking a barbell on my shoulders.
That's not what I was going to say.
What were we gonna say?
About freaking lifting the weight over your head.
That's fair.
Showing
That's
it
fair.
who's boss and then slamming it in the ground like that sledgehammer.
What is happening? I think we need to end this podcast. Someone is getting hyped.
Woo! Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Well, if you haven't already, you one should subscribe to this podcast and like it, but two,
Yep.
you should take a look at our website.
Yep.
It's a great website, but we have more information about everything, the different programs, and then we also, if you look on our social media, there will be different, like, hey, there's Hyrox programs going on, barbell club going on that you can sign up for and join. But you should be just do something.
Yes, just move your body, girl. And also, if you go to the gym, sign up for the in-house comp.
Yes,
It's going to be
that
cool.
too.
It's going to be awesome. Super excited about it. Well, thanks, fellas. This was fun.
Thank you. All right, y'all.
Yeah.